And the fact that they have a new director who's making their lives different, not worse or better, it's just different. And when you're so used to having things run a certain way, I think, change is always something that's dramatic. And so I was really surprised when Jed and Marissa and Jeff started the season by saying that Yo-Yo and Mac were no longer a couple, and that she had to deal with that on an emotional level, and that's where you pick up.
Yeah.
I love Lucas Bryan.
Oh, I love him too. He's amazing.
So when did you find out that was going to be your storyline?
The day before I started shooting. And I was still finding out the day I was shooting what was going on.
So was it a little bit like the reaction that you had to finding out was similar with sort of Yo-Yo kind of?
Yeah, I think so. There was like an adjustment to be had because I entered S.H.I.E.L.D. and really fastly Mac and Yo-Yo fall in love. So I've known the transition of my character in our relationship. So it was definitely a wonderful adjustment because you love a challenge as an actress. But it was definitely a shock. And you talking about change, it makes you have to very quickly sort of find where your character changed in the storyline to be to where she's at now and where the relationship changed. So we had to build a whole storyline in that year that made sense to Henry and I of why we would have broken up and all that stuff.
Does that mean we're going to see that storyline?
No.
Are we going to find out?
No.
Because we're all kind of going, what happened?
I know, but that's the whole fun. You heard it.
Learn.
She said he didn't close the door, he closed the door. So you'll kind of start realizing why the decision was made for them to be apart as the season goes on, and you also see them deal with it, and you see her deal with two relationships and really the whole confusion behind it.
But I also think the part that is both challenging and fun is how close you and Henry are in real life.
Oh, yeah.
To now suddenly be thrown this.
Yeah. And it was hard because we love acting together. We have really great chemistry. We love talking before the night before our scenes and what do you want to do here. So it was kind of sad to like, oh my God, we're not going to do our scenes anymore. So, but it also makes you realize how grateful you are to have that, when you don't have it. So, yeah.
So in terms of Matt having to deal with that as well, is that going to be a major part of his storyline, or is he really going to be focused on the job?
Well, I think in any of the cases, what S.H.I.E.L.D. does so well is that balance between the personal and the professional. And so he has an enormous responsibility in being the director. Certainly, as you saw at the end of the first episode, there's a new problem that is going to be has a huge impact on the team. And so that'll occupy, obviously, a large part of the space. But look, Henry and Yo-Yo and Mac have their relationship is one of the real adult relationships that we have, not just in S.H.I.E.L.D., but in all of what we're doing at Marvel Television. And so to see that go through a fracture, it will be something that I think we'll hear about a lot.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Sorry, we have to... You want one more question?
Hang on, let's just go. Well, you guys worked with him. Lou is somebody that we had wanted to work with, and it was
I loved it.
An opportunity, and obviously he's Lou Diamond Phillips, so that part was
I've
great.
looked up to him. He's not Latino, but he's represented us Latinos for a long time, and so for me to know that I watched so many of his films growing up, that he was going to direct us, I was really excited, and I really loved working with him. He's an actor, and it's always really unique to get directed by another actor, so I enjoyed it very much, yeah, for sure.
I think one of the questions was, because season 5 was kind of initially thought this might be the end of it, and then not only is 6 coming, but 7's coming. Like, how does it all feel, especially kind of in light of the Netflix shows and that? What does it feel to be like, all right, we get to keep going with this?
Well, I sort of want to separate the questions because while the the Netflix situation it was enormously disappointing. That was their decision, and what we've done on this show continues to surprise us. I mean, if you were at the panel, Jet said we always thought every season was our last season, and that's just been true. Like this show has always been kind of the little engine that could. I think first of all, it has an incredibly loyal fan base, not just in the United States but around the world, and that makes an enormous difference to ABC. And then secondly, it's just there's nothing really like it on the network, and so just we've gone through a number of regime changes, which is always a challenge whenever you're doing it, but they continue to support the show, largely because of I think the quality of the writing and the quality of the production, and that includes the extraordinary cast. So
And the people behind us.
it's just really it's good fun.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.